All right, everyone. So in this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how you would be using VirtualBox to install Ubuntu as a virtual machine. So yeah, a lot of new words in there for some people, and that's okay. We can we can work through that, and that's the intention of this tutorial to show you how it's done. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So after you install VirtualBox on your system, you will see something like this. Now, if you note here, I already have an, an Ubuntu which is running. You won't have this. However, the first thing that you will say is just say new, and I'm gonna call my system Ubuntu demo. Notice that it picks up that as soon as I name something, VirtualBox is smart enough that it says that it's a type of Linux and the version is Ubuntu. So if you see all these different types of operating systems that you can install as a virtual machine, they will be installing Linux. So some of you might have the question, what's the difference between Linux and Ubuntu? And the short answer to this is Ubuntu is a flavor or a distro of Linux. It's a variant of Linux. What this means is that Linux has many different variations, and you can think of them as you need to read about what a distro is. The word for this is, I'm just going to call it demo distro. You need to read about what this is. So Linux has what are known as distros, and so Ubuntu is one of them. There is Red Hat, then there is CentOS, and a lot of different ones. So we will be using that, and we'll be using the 64-bit version. Then you create next. Now here it asks you what memory size do you need. I typically keep it 2048. What this means is you're having 2 GB of memory. So just like you have memory on your computer, if you look at your RAM, you're setting the RAM here for the virtual machine. So let's go to the next step. You can create a virtual hard disk, and we can create a 10 GB virtual hard disk. Let's go to create. Go with the standard option. If you're more interested, you can read the differences about what each one does and how. And that's why you might have the expert mode, but we will be using the standard one, which is VDI. The other thing I want you to do is it should be dynamically allocated, not fixed size. What this does is if you reserve 10 GB for your hard drive, it won't always use those 10 GB. You have to make sure that you have enough space on your machine for this to work. But if you're only using 2 GB, for example, out of the 10, it will just use 2 there. If you keep this fixed, it will end up using 10 GB no matter what. And you might run into problem if you don't have much space on your machine. Let's go to the next one. Now this asks the file location. So remember where this is being installed. If you look at the location on the machine, since C users VirtualBox, and so keep a track of this location, and then you say create, and that creates the virtual machine. Now what you have to do is you have to say click on it, and you have to say start. Now as soon as you do this, it automatically detects on your machine where you had downloaded the ISO. So if you remember from an earlier step, from step 2 of the tutorial, you had downloaded the Ubuntu 20.04 ISO, and it detected it. In case if it cannot detect, make sure that you go here and you add it to to the to the path there, and you need this to go ahead. If you don't find this, you can't go ahead. Now I'm just gonna go back. And I'm gonna close that for a second, and I'm gonna say power off the machine. Now it is being powered off. Let's do a start again. Now everything might appear really small. So what you need to do is go to view and say scaled mode, and that's how you switch. Now if you see here, this is a bigger view. So you might run into an error here like this where it says no bootable medium found. What this means is it cannot detect the ISO on your machine. So what you need to do is just close this and power off the machine. And we ran into a problem here right now because I changed the settings while I was talking. And so you might run into something like this, but we'll find a way out of this. It's good to get some errors, always helps. So it's not able to find anything. Let's close this again. Let's do one thing. Let's get rid of this. You can just remove it this way and this will delete all the files and that's gone. Let's create a new one again. Let's call this Ubuntu attempt 2. Let's go to next. Let's set the RAM again to 2048. Let's go on next. Create a virtual 10 gigs, VDI, dynamically allocated 10 gigs, and it creates the machine. Let's say start. And now it asks for the disk. If you see it picked the disk correctly, I'm just going to say start. I'm going to adjust the window size, or let's go back on the scaled mode. And there you see that Ubuntu is starting now. So what you see here is that you can run Ubuntu. You don't need to always install it on your system. You can run it directly from the local machine or the local hardware or using a bootable USB. That's another way. So this is similar. You have not installed it on the virtual machine right now. All that you're doing is you're running it directly. And that's a very cool feature of this operating system where you can try it out without installing it on your system first. But what we will do here is I will take you to the step of the installation so that you can try it out by yourself. Now, if you have not run into any errors so far, a screen should appear quite soon. So this is what we mean by booting up. Right now, the operating system is booting. And if you see here, that's what it looks like. So this is what you see as Ubuntu. And it's working. Now you can run it just like if you see it has its own browser, it has everything. Pardon me, that was the browser format. So right when it starts, it gives you the option to install. And you can, if you don't want to install it, you can call the try Ubuntu. But I would recommend that you do the install Ubuntu, because that's what I wouldn't just recommend, I would advise you to install Ubuntu. And you just click install Ubuntu here. And then it just asks you some standard questions in terms of what language. You can just say continue. You can go with the normal installation and the downloads and updates. So this installs a few things. You can also go with the minimal installation if you want it to happen quickly. Let's stick to the normal one for now. Say continue. And why I am asking you to install Linux is because you will end up you having to use Linux at some point in your software careers. So it's best to do that right away. You can use this option, erase disk, and just say install now, and that should take you to the next step and the final installation. Now that installation will take around 20 minutes, so I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to quit here since I already have something running. So I'm just going to say quit, but you will go ahead and say install now. After everything is done, what you should see is you should see you would be asked to give a username. So make sure that you provide your name, because that's what I want to see. So your name and your last name is what should come as the user. You will be taken to that step and give it a password. And what you should see after everything installs correctly is something like this. And what you should do there is go here and open terminal. So this opens, and just say, who am I? Everything together, not like this, but it's a command. So it looks like this. And it tells me that it's Sarah. Make sure you take a screenshot of this and post it in your lab. So that's it for this lesson. Thank you.